Good afternoon, and welcome to today's intergenerational workshop, Family Yoga Bonding Through Balance. My name is Allegra Jaffe, and I am the supervisor of the Caregiver and Support Service Unit with the Fairfax Area Agency on Aging. A few housekeeping items before we begin today's session. Today's presentation is being recorded. A link for the recording will be sent to all the registrants a week from today. If you do have any questions throughout the session, you can use the Q&A box on the bottom of your Zoom screen to text any questions or type any questions that you might have, and we can answer those questions throughout the session. And at the end of our session today, there will be a survey. If you could please fill that out, it really does help us make relevant and interesting programs for our family caregivers. I would love to introduce today's speakers, teachers, which are Priti De Silva and Anna Perry. Priti De Silva is a yoga educator who began her journey with yoga as a child and is now a 500-hour yoga teacher. 2 years ago, during a challenging period marked by unexplained joint discomfort, Priti personally witnessed the transformative power of adapting yoga to meet her own needs. This not only alleviated her pain, but also fostered a positive shift in her attitude towards her body and herself. Through her online platform, Relish Move, Priti offers 15-minute live yoga sessions via Zoom at various times throughout the day. Because even brief moments of unintentional movement can cultivate feelings of strength, flexibility, and rejuvenation. Her mission is to make yoga more accessible and inclusive to a broader range of people, regardless of their background, physical abilities, or financial means. Priti is also a certified life and health coach and certified trauma-sensitive mindfulness coach with multiple other yoga specialty certifications. Trauma-informed yoga, yoga for eating disorders, yoga for mental health, chair yoga, and yin yoga. Priti is passionate about celebrating diversity and advocates for collective wellness as a form of social justice. Her goal is to empower more individuals to experience the physical, mental, and emotional benefits of the practice. Anna Perry is a licensed clinical social worker, registered yoga instructor, and mindfulness-based stress reduction trained teacher based in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. After being diagnosed with a spinal condition that causes her chronic pain and stiffness in her spine and joints, she found herself drawn to chair yoga because it is the best option for her and her body. She now teaches chair yoga exclusively, with her classes being gentle and beginner-friendly. Ladies, thank you both so much for being here today. If you can join me on camera and unmute and take it away.
Thank you so much, Allegra, and welcome everyone. So before we begin, I would like to remind you that I hope you all will check with your doctors before starting any kind of physical exercise. And I also like to remind you that this is your practice, so listen to your body. The first guiding principle of yoga is ahimsa, which means non-violence, which basically means do no harm. So as we practice together, be kind to yourself. Instead of focusing on how a certain posture looks, focus on how it feels. Do you feel safe? Does it feel challenging enough? Does it feel good? Remember that you should always feel comfortable in anything that we do in today's class. So any kind of pain is a big no, and you can stop doing that particular shape, or you can just also imagine doing it in your mind's eye. And remember to keep breathing, so not holding your breath. I'm going to do the practice seated on the mat and standing, and Anna will be doing the entire practice seated in a chair. And she's on a holiday, so we just request your patience if there are any glitches, technical glitches. And I will be queuing for on the chair practice as well as whatever I am doing. Okay, so when you're ready, let's come to a seated position. Maybe it's on the mat, maybe it's on the chair. You can have your legs extended, you can have them cross-legged. Just taking a moment to see what feels comfortable to you. Seated on a chair, you might like that your feet are touching the ground. You could always use a stool or a pillow to bring your feet to make yourself feel steady and stable in the chair.
Priti, real quick, could you move your mic a little closer to just your mouth? Just your mouth, just the microphone part, just so I can hear you a little better.
Okay, can you hear me now clearly?
Yes, it's good. If you want to just project a little louder, that'd be perfect. Thank you.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you for that. I hope you heard everything though.
We did. We're good. Thank you.
So, as you're seated, we will start with a little orienting practice using our senses. So, starting with our sight, just look around your space, notice the brightness, any colors that stand out, anything pleasant. You can look around you, behind you. You might notice the sky or the trees outside your window. And if you like, you may now close your eyes or have a soft gaze looking towards the ground. And then orient yourself to sounds in your space, sound of my voice, maybe sounds coming from other parts of your home. Any sounds coming from outside. And as we breathe in together, notice if there's any kind of smell in your space, maybe any fragrance. And then begin to feel either the chair or the ground, feeling in the support of gravity, noticing the texture of the ground under your feet, how the clothes feel on your skin. Maybe you notice temperature and air on your bare skin. And when you're ready, we'll begin with a breathing technique called squeeze and release, which is great to reduce any kind of stress and anxiety. It's also great to be used before your bedtime. So as you breathe in, you're simply going to squeeze your hands into a fist as tight as you can, feeling the tightening, the tension. And as you exhale, relax your hands completely. We'll do that one more time. Breathe in, squeeze your hands into a fist. Exhale, relax your hands completely. Now we'll do that with the entire body. So as you breathe in, squeezing your fists, squeezing your lower body, your abdomen, your face. And as you breathe out, relax everything. We'll do that one more time, squeezing everything that you can. Exhale, release. Take a moment to notice how you feel. And for our next breathing technique, we're going to do the bird breath. So bringing your hands by your side. As you breathe in, you're going to pretend your hands, your arms are like the wings of a bird, flapping them up. And as you exhale, floating them back down to your side. We'll do that two more times. Breathe in, arms come up. Breathe out, hands come back to you. This time, breathe in, hands come up. And as you exhale, maybe bring a smile to your face. I notice you already feel a sense of calm. And this is a good time to have an affirmation. You could choose something of your own, or I can give you some suggestions, and you may silently say them to yourself. I am grateful for my body, or I am kind to myself and others, or I do my best every day and that's enough. Whatever you choose, saying it to yourself in your mind as if you believe it. Now we'll begin with some warm up. We'll start with some neck circles. So imagine making a circle with the tip of your nose. So as you breathe in, bringing your nose towards the ceiling, then dropping it to your right shoulder, pointing your nose towards the ground, lifting your nose towards the left shoulder and pointing it back to the ceiling, and then coming back to center. We do the same thing one more time in this direction, going at your own pace. And when you're complete, we'll do this 2 more times in the opposite direction. Lifting your nose towards the ceiling, then to the left shoulder, towards the ground, right shoulder, coming back up, then to the center. One more time. Doing this mindfully, keeping it fluid, and always remembering to breathe. Now we start with some shoulder rolls. As you breathe in, lifting your shoulders towards your ears, honoring all that tension, all that weight on your shoulders. And as you exhale, releasing your shoulder back down. Do that one more time. Shoulder to the ears. And as you breathe out, rolling your shoulders, sliding them down your back. Once more. Now we'll do some twists. So bringing your hands in prayer and extending them out. And then you're going to point your fingers towards the right, twisting over your left shoulder. Your left hand will slide down your right arm. And then when you're complete, you take a breath here and then begin to move in the opposite direction. Do that one more time in each direction. When you're complete, you can rest your hands in your lap. Now we'll do some side bends. As you breathe in, lift your right arm towards the ceiling. As you exhale, leaning over to the left, you can hold on to the chair or let your hand rest onto the mat. Take a breath here and then take it to the other side. Option to look towards the ceiling or towards the ground or straight ahead. We'll do it one more time on each side. Take it to the other side. Just complete, meet you in the center. Now bring your legs, extending your legs in front of you and keeping a wide distance between your feet. We're going to stir the pot. So imagine holding a ladle in your hands, in the palms of your hands, and there's a huge pot in front of you. You're simply going to stir the pot and let your upper body move along with your hands. When you're seated in chair, I like my feet to be slightly ahead of the chair so that as you move forward, it gives you a little bit of support. We'll do about 3 in each direction. You can keep the pot small, or you can also think of it as a large pot. When you finish, we'll meet in the center. Now we'll do some wrist rotations. So making circles with your wrist. We'll do about 4 in each direction. You might choose to have your hands open or loose in a loose fist. When you're ready, we'll do the same thing with our ankles. Again, in the chair, you're going to place your heels on the ground and make circles with both your legs, around 4 in each direction. And you're going to do our first forward bend. So remember to be gentle with yourself as you breathe in, sitting up tall. And as you exhale, bringing your chest towards the ground. In the chair, you're going to have your legs a little wider to make space for your upper body. Same on the ground. You can use your hands to draw your chest closer to the mat, pausing anywhere that feels good. On the chair, you can have your hands on your thighs. If it feels comfortable, you could try to move your fingertips towards the ground. We'll pause here for around 3 breaths. Imagine breathing into the back of your lungs, noticing any sensations that you might feel in the back of your legs. When you're ready, come back to sit up tall and do a slight back bend, bringing your hands behind you, resting on the ground or the chair, lifting your heart towards the ceiling. Maybe you choose to look up, feeling that expansion in your chest, in your collarbones, and remembering to breathe. One more breath here. And when you're ready, coming back to center. And we'll take a moment here to notice what has shifted since you started this practice. Noticing the quality of your thoughts. Simply noticing how you feel. So the pauses are as important as the poses. When you're ready, we'll move into a tabletop position, which is hands and knees. You can also continue to sit in your chair. Coming onto your fours, aligning your wrist with your shoulders, your knees with your hips. If you have any wrist pain, you can also make fists and with your hands. For a moment, just notice how you feel in this shape, in this new relationship to gravity. Imagine breathing from the top of your head to your tailbone. You might choose to sway your hips from side to side if that feels good. When you're ready, coming to stillness, and we'll do cat and cow shapes. So as you breathe in, imagining the breath from the top of your head to your tailbone. And as you exhale, rounding your back, bringing your chin towards your chest, scooping your belly. As you inhale, lowering your belly towards the ground. You can see Anna seated in a chair with her hands on her thighs. The movement is arching your shoulders towards the front and rounding your shoulders towards the back of the chair. Do a few rounds of this movement. This is great for any kind of low back pain. And you can keep the movement as small or as big as you like. We do one more. And when you're ready, you can pause. And from here, we'll move to standing. Those in the chair can continue sitting in the chair. Or you also have the option to stand if it feels good. Once again, taking a moment to notice how you feel, connecting to the ground with your feet, letting your hands rest by your side, standing tall as if you were a queen or a princess. Stay here for 2 breaths. And now we'll do some helicopter twists. So bringing your fingertips to your shoulders, you're going to twist from side to side, and you can get to control the speed. You might move slowly or fast. Do it a few more times. And then you might choose to slow down and land the helicopter coming back to center. Now imagine that you are a plane and you're going to do some dips. So dipping to the left and then to the right. Getting some side bends in your once again coming to center. And then bringing your elbows towards each other and moving them up and around, nice and slow. Elbows coming together, up and around. We'll do this one more time. And release. Our next movement is called sun breaths. So as you breathe in, you're going to lift your arms towards the ceiling. Your palms may or may not touch. As you exhale, float your hands back down. We do that once more. Do that one more time. And this time, as we bring our hands up towards the sky, we're going to lift the heels off the mat, any amount that feels good. And as you breathe out, bring back everything down. We'll do that 2 more times. Breathe in, arms go up, heels go up. Exhale, everything down. Once more. And from here, we move to our first forward fold, standing. So as you breathe in, lifting your palms to face the ceiling. And as you exhale, lowering your palms any amount to come into a forward fold. I have a chair here, so you're using a chair. You could either rest your hands on a chair, just above your knees. You could bring them towards the earth, touching the ground, or if you have a stool. And in the chair, you would like to have your feet wide to make space for your upper body. You stay here for 3 breaths. If you're standing, having a little bend in your knee is supportive to the lower back. Letting your head, neck, and shoulders relax. And when you're ready, very slowly coming back to stand up tall or to sit up tall. From here, we'll move to star pose. So bringing your feet wide, angling your toes to point in a 45-degree angle, and bringing your hands shoulder height. Either your palms are facing down or facing forward. This is also called the confidence pose, taking up all the space that you need. Breathe in, breathe out. From here, we're going to move into a warrior two shape. So pointing your right toes towards the right edge of the mat, hands going up, palms facing the earth. And then looking over your right fingertips, taking a breath in. And as you breathe out, you're going to bend your right knee, feeling like a warrior, bringing a gaze of focus. You can keep the bend small if you like. And as you see in chair, one leg is extended, one leg stays bent. One more breath here together. And from here, we'll move back into star shape. If you want to take a little break, you can find some movement. And when you're ready, we'll take it to the other side. Once again, coming into star shape. Left toes point towards the left edge of the mat. Looking over your left fingertips. Breathe in, standing tall. And as you breathe out, bending your knee any amount. I will stay here for 3 breaths. When you're ready, let your hands come down, come back to standing, and any movement if you like to reset. For our next shape, we will move to tree shape. So imagine you are in an enchanted forest and you can choose to be any tree that you would like to be. So maybe you choose to pick a big oak tree, a pine tree, or a magical tree from a fairy tale. Whatever you choose, feeling strong and tall, shifting your weight onto your left leg. You're going to simply lift your right foot, bringing your knees to point towards the right. And you can let your feet, your toes of your right foot rest on the ground and rest your heel anywhere on your standing leg. If you like to play with balance, you could have your foot come higher. An option with your hands, you can have them out by your side. You can have them in prayer. You can have them up. You can always grab onto a chair for support. You can also do this against the wall. As you breathe in, breathing in calm. As you breathe out, breathing in, breathing out, any kind of worry. It's okay to lose your balance too. One more breath and release. Again, some movement if you need it. And then moving on to the other side. So shifting all your weight onto the opposite leg. and letting your heel rest anywhere on the standing leg. Stay here for 3 breaths. One side might feel a little different than the other, and that's absolutely normal. When you're ready, coming back to center. And here we move into chair pose. So for those who are seated, you're going to imagine that you are skiing and have your hands behind, and imagine getting out of the chair, just feeling the strength. And for those who are standing, you're going to simply lower your hips towards the earth as if you're sitting in a chair. You should be able to lift your toes off the mat so your weight is in your heels. And arms can either be extended in front or behind, like as if you were in chair. I think Anna is frozen, so if you were sitting in a chair, it would look like this. As if you're about pressing your feet into the ground, as if you're about to stand. So you still feel it like an active shape, and you can feel the strength. When you're ready, come back to stand. Take a moment here and stay here for 3 breaths, noticing your breath, temperature, your mood, your energy levels. From here, we're going to move into a game called Tipping Star. So you can find your star, and I'm going to call out a list of things. If you love it, you're going to tip to the left or to the right. If you don't love it, it's a big no, then tip to the left. And if it's neutral, you don't care whether you love it or hate it, you can stay in star. If you like to challenge yourself, you can lift your feet off the mat. So I'm going to start calling out. So sunny days at the beach. So if you love it, dip to the right. Ice cream. How about ketchup with ice cream? Waking up early. Splashing in the pool. Playing outside with friends. Sunburn. I think all of us are dipped to the left for this. Barbecue. Road trip. Chocolate covered broccoli. Exploring for bugs. Going on a hike. Summer rain. If your hands are tired, you can have them by your waist. Bedtime. I love my bedtime. Cycling. Wet socks. And we're done. So for the next, we're going to start to cool down. So come to lay down on your mat. You can continue sitting in your chair, resting your back against the back of the chair. I hope you enjoyed that game. Again, taking a moment here to feel the earth, the support of the earth, supporting your entire body. Then when you're ready, bend your knees with your feet flat on the floor. And we're going to start windshield wipering the knees. So swaying your knees from side to side. This releases the lower back, massaging your lower back. And when you're complete, coming back to center, and we're going to move into a sleeping twist. So keeping your knees bent, feet flat on the floor, shifting your hips slightly to the left. You're going to lower your knees to the right. Option to have your hands by your side or outstretched at shoulder height. Keeping your shoulders, your arms anchored to the ground. You might choose to bend your elbows. You stay here for 3 breaths. When you're ready, come back to center, coming back to the starting position. This time, you're going to shift your hips slightly towards the right and lower your knees to the left. You can also use cushions or pillows to keep under your knees. We rest here for 3 breaths. When you're ready, come back to center. And from here, from doing and thinking, you're going to move into simply being and resting. So you can find a comfortable shape, either with your legs extended. You can also sit up if that's more comfortable. You can have your knees bent. You can be seated in a couch. Find whatever feels restful to you. And as I call out a body part, just imagine that body part relaxing, softening. You can imagine it getting warm, moving into a state of relaxation. When you're ready, bring your awareness to your feet. Let that awareness go up your legs into your knees and kneecaps. Become aware of your upper legs, your hips, your abdomen, your chest, shoulders, your shoulder blades, your upper back, your mid back, lower back. Become aware of your arms, your hands, your fingertips. Bring your awareness to your face, your eyes, your nose, your mouth, your throat, your forehead, top of the head, the back of your head. Imagine your entire back body relaxed, your entire front body relaxed, sensing into your whole body relaxing. right from the top of your head to your toes. And stay here for around 6 breaths. This is a good time to remember your affirmation. I feel grateful for my body. I do my best every day, and that's enough. I am kind to myself and to others. When you're ready, if your eyes were closed, you can blink them open and bring some gentle movement in your fingertips, in your toes, and then rolling onto one side. You pause here for 2 breaths, enjoying the relaxation a little longer. And when you're ready, using support to come up to seated, bringing your hands in prayer, taking a moment to feel gratitude for yourself for taking this time, taking a moment to say thank you to your body for supporting you with this movement, with stillness, and all that it does for you throughout the day. Remembering your affirmation one more time, saying it to yourself in your mind. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with Anna and me.
Thank you so much, ladies. Oh, so appreciate your expertise and for providing this time for us to do yoga. Thank you, thank you. I want to thank the audience as well for being with us here for the last about 45 minutes. Really appreciate your time. I know it's valuable. I just wanted to let everyone know this is actually our last session of our intergenerational series. So we are wrapped up this year. Next year, stay tuned. We will do another series for intergenerational work, but we do still have other programs we do. Next month, you are welcome to join us for our educational caregiver webinar, which will be on Wednesday, August 21st from 12 to 1 on supporting loved ones with hoarding. So welcome to come join us on that. I wanted to remind everyone to fill out the survey, please, as you log off today. It really does help us create programs. Let us know what you're interested in for the future. Feel free also to share comments with our instructors today, and we'll share those with them. And that is it. I hope everyone has a great afternoon. Anna, Priti, thank you again so much for this. So
Thank you.
appreciate you both. Thank you. All right, everyone. I hope you have a great afternoon. Take care.